Hello and welcome to the Middlesex County Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Middlesex. That's strivescan.com/Middlesex. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, King's College. Are y'all good, Michelle?
Nope. Sorry.
That's all right. We can come back to you if you'd like.
That sounds good.
All right, perfect. We'll go to our next university, Cabrini University.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Can everyone see the slideshow okay?
Yes, it looks good.
Awesome, thank you so much. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gabby Manji. I'm here representing Cabrini University. We're located in Radnor, Pennsylvania, about an hour and 20 minutes from Middlesex County, New Jersey. We are a private liberal arts institution. What this means is that as a private institution, we're independent from a state-funded system. So this means that if you guys are out of state, which you are from New Jersey to Pennsylvania, your tuition wouldn't increase in any way. And you guys are still eligible to our institutional awards, such as your merit awards and your FAFSA need-based awards, which we'll talk about later. So a little bit about Cabrini University. We were founded in 1957 by the Missionary Sisters of the Sacred Heart. They're an order of nuns who were founded by Mother Frances Cabrini, who is the patron saint of immigrants and refugees. She's someone who came from Italy at a time when Italian immigrants were coming to the United States and they were seeking refuge from instability in their home countries. And she was here leading the way and breaking ground for them to be able to succeed and thrive in this new land. So we're a Catholic institution. It doesn't mean that any student needs to be a Catholic to attend or be interested. We have students from all backgrounds, all walks of life. It does mean students take one religion class as part of our core curriculum. And part of the social justice mission that we carry to this day as part of Mother Cabrini's legacy, it does mean that students take 3 classes. They're called Engagement with the Common Good. So the students are able to not only learn about social issues from the books, but they're actually able to exercise them in real life, right? They're able to learn from people who have lived through them. So I'll talk about this and a little bit more. So as you can see, we have some of our students here getting involved in community service. This is one of our athletic teams. I want to say it's the field hockey team. They're making PB&J sandwiches at the Wolfington Center, which is one of our centers for social justice at Cabrini. We have some students participating in our living and learning communities, which are communities that first-year students come into and that they live together or take classes together so that they're able to start building that community all the way from their first semester at Cabrini. So Cabrini University in 2019, we were ranked as one of the best colleges that were transformational for students. In 2019, as I mentioned, our student to professor ratio is 18:1. Our average class size is 15 students. So students get that mentorship and they're able to learn from experts in their fields all the way from the very first semester that they start. A little bit about our academics. We have over 40 plus majors. We have 14 minors, different concentrations for students, and affiliated and pre-professional programs where we have not only affiliations inside Cabrini for undergraduate and master's degree, but also with other institutions, so that students are able to start their grad programs their senior years at Cabrini, and then they can go to their grad programs at some of our affiliated institutions. Our motto is to live with purpose. As I mentioned, there's various programs at Cabrini, such as the Living and Learning Communities, the engagement with the Common Goods classes, which are part of our core curriculum, which is called the Justice Matters curriculum. And the small class size also allows for students to develop community, develop leadership, all the way from applying to the university, all the way into when they graduate and beyond. Living on campus, about 85% of our first year students live on campus. We have different residence halls in the university. As I mentioned, we have different learning communities that get to explore topics based on interest. For example, education students might want to join the education, living and learning community so that they meet other students in the same academic track, and they get to make friends, network, catch rides to their student teaching together. So it's really important for us, for students to develop not only academically, but socially as well. It's a little bit about our campus. It's very beautiful. As I mentioned, it's about an hour and 20 minutes from Middlesex County. We do hope that you guys will join us on a tour. I'll drop a link to sign up for one. And a little bit about financing and Cabrini education. As I mentioned, we are a private institution. So the student will be able to apply for FAFSA, which if you guys haven't gotten to know too much yet, you guys can always reach out to us or your guidance counselor so that they can walk you through how to apply for that. And then your merit-based scholarships, which are going to be calculated based on your academic records. So definitely feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. What I always tell students is for you guys to remember that admissions counselors, we're here to help you guys make the best decision for yourselves. So if you want to compare award letters, send appeals, feel free to always reach out to your admissions offices at various schools. And lastly, do feel free to stay connected with us. We have different channels, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. Feel free to reach out in any way, and we look forward to chatting with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. A quick reminder to all of our participants here that you can use that Q&A function to ask questions of our schools here at any time. They'll be here all throughout the presentations to answer your questions in that Q&A function. All right, up next, we'll try King's College.
Thank you so much, Jenny, and thank you to all of the fellow universities and colleges and for the students and parents that are here participating, and to our future monarchs, of course. My name is Michelle Oliva, and I am the Director of Undergraduate Admission, and I'm happy to share a little bit of King's with you today. We do come from a bigger family, so we are the brother school to Notre Dame. The Priests Brothers of Holy Cross founded all the schools that you see on the screen here. We do have direct admittance to engineering at Notre Dame after doing 3 years at King's, and then also some of their master's programs as well. We share a lot with them, including service learning, our core curriculum, which really focuses on ethics, moral reasoning, oral communication, writing. So we're very fortunate to be in a wonderful family of schools. We also educate the mind and the heart, and that's something that you'll see throughout these schools. We do have 24 undergraduate students, which really equates to about 18 on average in the classroom. The biggest thing to know about us is that we take attendance and participation counts as a part of your grade in most classes. So your professors know when you're there, they know when you're not there. There's a lot of concern for our students, and building relationships is at the core. A lot of times students think it's who they know that matters, but it's who knows you. So to be able to introduce yourself is a big part of how we view it. And then our, professors really engage with you in the classroom with conversations. A lot of our classes are even held outside, and we don't always have learning in classrooms where there's row seating. Sometimes there's chairs and desks in a circle form, so you can have really nice conversation. We do have most of our courses taught by PhDs. We are a teaching school. There's definitely research opportunities, but you were not taught by a grad assistant. You were taught by the PhD themselves or a PhD equivalent in certain majors and professions that we have. I do challenge you as you go through your college research to ask each school where their career planning office lies, whether it's on the academic side or whether it's student service. For us, it's the academic side. So we do teach courses in career planning starting freshman year. If you're in our internationally accredited business school, it is standard as a part of your curriculum. So we do have 40 plus majors. Something that we're really known for is our physician assistant program, direct entry, athletic training, 5-year masters. Our nursing program's highly accredited. Chemistry is accredited. Our education program. We do have the business school, like I mentioned, that is also internationally accredited, and we're adapting an occupational therapy program as one of our newest additions. Also, mass communication and education are really popular with us. We are located in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, which is about 2 hours from New York City, Philadelphia, and 3 hours from Washington, DC. So we do have a lot of opportunities for students to travel and be a part of that tri-state area in Wilkes-Barre as well. But 50 clubs and organizations, so most popular student government and campus activities. We do have 28 NCAA Division III sports, including our newest addition to our family of sports is esports. Volunteer opportunities, our students do over 200,000 hours a year, including your first year. Community service is included in your freshman experience. Campus ministry, we want our students, whether they identify as Catholic or not, to be able to be involved in our spiritual trips, like hiking trips and our masses as well. We do have study abroad during the academic year, but we also have it in the summer. So it really adheres to our students who are in some programs where they can't travel, especially like engineering and physician assistant. Those are programs that usually can't leave during the academic year. Our multicultural activities include everything from fashion shows to food festivals and things like that. We do have alumni mentorship where we do travel to Washington, DC, New York City, and Philadelphia to meet our alumni and network with them. So it's a great opportunity for our students, and so much academic support for every major. We also have our academic skills center that services our students, everything from food allergies to anything our students might need in the classroom. And then on and off campus activities, everything from Hershey Park to trips to New York City to see Wicked. Those are things we're doing this fall as well. A little bit of a senior checklist I put together just to kind of run through the timeline. Your application is open now for the Common App for us, and it is free to apply. We love to see your application before December 1st with the transcript. We are test optional, so you don't have to include it. If you feel that your SATs will only help your application, then that's great. But if you feel your GPA is the better part of what you've done in your transcript, then that part will serve us very well. And then to come and visit us between January and April, and then make your decision by May 1st. And also don't forget your FAFSA. The time is now for that. And we talked about the Common App, and we also have our own King's app. strength of your schedule is really important to us, your class selection. And also lastly, we know the pandemic has hit our students hard. So please talk about your character and your work ethic and things like that as a part of your application. And we would love to see that. And scholarships are guaranteed to you at 16 to actually $25,000 now. So we're very fortunate. And this is our team to be able to stay in touch. Thank you for the opportunity to present today. And I hope you come and visit us very soon.
Thank you so much. And that's a great reminder that all of our schools here will put their contact info in the chat. If you'd like to get in contact with them after this presentation, you can still use that Q&A function if you do have questions for any of our schools here today. Up next, we have Chatham University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nicole Sauter. I'm an undergraduate admission counselor at Chatham University. We're a small liberal arts school in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so west side of Pennsylvania. And I'm here to tell you a little bit more about us. So Pittsburgh, just to kind of give you a general overview, is a pretty awesome city, although I am biased. I'm from there. It's considered a very livable city and a safe city, and it's definitely very student driven. We have tons of colleges. You just go down the road from Chatham, you hit Carnegie Mellon and University of Pittsburgh, Duquesne and Carlow. So it's a very thriving, exciting environment to be in, especially as a student, because you're in a city and meeting students from all over the country and the world. And we really do like our students to get involved in the city. So with your Chatham ID, some fun things you get to take advantage of are discounts to the arts and sports events, but you also get free Pittsburgh public transportation. So that's kind of our goal for our students, to get a little bit more immersed in the city itself. We are actually considered a city school, but we're tucked into the east end side of Pittsburgh, which I personally consider the foodie district. So it's nice because kind of this space, we're tucked up on a hill in this neighborhood. So it seems very secluded. Yet you just go down the hill, you're on one of the busiest streets in Pittsburgh, and it takes you right into downtown if you want to. So it's the kind of a best of both worlds situation. And what's nice too is, you know, with being in city limits, it's great for internships if that's something you're looking for within city limits with more availability. You know, we have a lot of great connections within the city, and that is an internship is we do require for all our undergraduate students. So that's something you would have to do within your time. And these are just some fun examples. So whether you're in marketing and you want to intern with one of the sports teams, or your creative writing or journalism, and Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, our newspaper, there's a lot of ways to get involved in the city. So we do have two campuses. Our main one is in Shadyside there on the left. So you can see it feels very secluded. You would never know. It's 6 miles from downtown. And our second campus is called Eden Hall campus. It's about 40 minutes north of the city, and that is completely dedicated to our School of Sustainability. So if you're interested in environmental science, food studies, sustainability, that would be where you would go. And we do actually require that all of our students do take a sustainability class. That is one of our missions here at Chatham. So whether you take that at main campus or at Eden Hall, that will be a part of your experience. If you're living on campus, you're not considered a commuter, you're either living in one of our converted turn-of-the-century mansions, which are pretty cool. We also have 2 very traditional style dorms, and then 7 apartments at the bottom of the hill, which is where we typically see our upperclassmen living. We do see a majority of our students living on campus 3 to 4 years, but it's only required for the first 2. To give you an idea of the size of Chatham, we're about 2,300 students, about 1,400 of which are undergrad. And you're looking about a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So definitely very personalized. You're gonna know those professors, they're gonna know you. So show up to class, they will know if you're not there, but they're really great. You can talk to them from day one, especially about internships and research opportunities. And they all work in the field or have worked in their fields. So definitely take advantage of making good connections with them. These are just some numbers to kind of give you a snapshot of who we are, what our student population is made up of. So almost 30% come from out of state. We also have about 5% international students, 34% are athletes. That 33% gender means about 33% of our students identify as male. Up until 2014, we were an all-female college. So it's pretty exciting that just after a couple years, we're almost at the 40-60 national mark for male to female ratio. And then speaking of athletics, we do have them. We're a D3 NCAA school. So whether you're interested in baseball or squash, there is most likely something in there that you either have enjoyed playing or may like to play. And we do have intramurals too. And other ways to get involved are, of course, student organizations, and they range anywhere from being major specific to just kind of fun. We had a student start up a ukulele club for the fun of it the other year, and it has stuck. That's one of the favorites. Another favorite would be the cold case files, where students actually work on real live cold cases. That's definitely a favorite of our criminology and psychology students. Some of our programs, we have a diversity of programs. We are liberal arts, but we are always trying to add new programs that are relevant with the job field. So this kind of gives you a snapshot of some of the newer programs we've added based on the job market, based on what students are looking for. So with the ranging from neuroscience to music and business with music management, immersive media is like virtual and augmented reality. So there's some really unique programs. I would say Chatham's definitely known for their health sciences. So there's a lot of tracks, biology into physician's assistant or exercise science into the doctorate of physical therapy. Nursing is pretty big as well. Psychology is huge. But we also have some really special, unique programs like our interior architecture program and immersive media. Just briefly, we have integrated degree programs. That's accelerated ways to get into grad school right off as you're applying into undergrad. I'm going to skip through because I can tell my time is running out. Study abroad opportunity, just to note, we have about give $1,200 to every undergraduate student to study abroad with us. And of course, there are scholarships available with your merit when you apply. Those come with acceptance, as well as financial aid and other scholarships down the road. Our application is open, it's free. You can do it through our website or the Common App. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out or come visit us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And again, our schools here will put their contact info in the chat for you to get in contact with them. You can also use that Q&A function. Up next, we have Immaculata University.
Great, thank you. Give me a second here. All right, great. Hello, everyone. My name is JJ Repchinsky, and I am an undergraduate admissions counselor here at Immaculata University. Thank you to Jeannie for being the facilitator and the other schools for presenting their great schools. And thank you guys for, checking us out and along with everyone else. So without further ado, I'm going to jump in and try to show you all the great things we have happening here at Immaculata. So the first, just a couple fast facts, right? A couple things that we're proud of. 94% of the class of 2000 graduates, class of 2020 graduates have secured a job or attending graduate school within 9 months of graduation. And then 93% of the 2018 graduates completed internships, student teaching, clinical rotations, field experience, all that good stuff, because we think it has a lot to do with our student faculty ratio, which is 10-to-1. So the professors really get to know you. They do a great job of trying to place you in either internships using their connections and all that good stuff to help you either get a job or land an internship and use all that great experience. And just to kind of show you a little overview of our majors, what is highlighted is more of our popular, I would say, nursing, education, business management, biology, and sport and business manager are some of our more popular ones. but we recently have had a lot of partnerships. We do have a pre-law 3+3 with Wieden University, Delaware Law School, where you will get a acceptance plus a potential for a $30,000 a year scholarship, and it is accelerated, so you will be able to finish a year earlier. Our nursing school, we are proud that the NCLEX, the test that you have to take to become a nurse, our percentage rate is 8%, 8 percentage points higher than the national and state average. And then also 97% of nursing students have found employment within 9 months of graduation as well. You can see business management, what I really like about it and what our students really like about it is that the potential to double major is very easy. It's only a few more classes, so you can get a lot more bang for your buck within that. And then we have plenty of other great majors as well. And we are located in Malvern, PA, which is Chester County, which is in the Philadelphia suburbs, where, as you can see, we're 30 miles away from Philadelphia, 95 miles away from Baltimore, 120 miles away from New York. I'd say without traffic, we are probably about 40 minutes from Philadelphia. And what that allows for is we're very centrally located for internships, employers. You can see all the great people that are the great companies and affiliations that we've had internships and employees or employers with. Attorney General's office, physical therapy, Fox 29, all the sports teams, the Philadelphia sports teams, something we're very proud about for sure. And there's plenty of ways to get involved in Immaculata. You'll be able to meet plenty of people with being such a small school. We only have about 1,500 kids, but like we said, that allows for a lot of opportunities to get to know everybody. There's anything from academic, cultural, and social clubs, Greek life, leadership opportunities. We have over 40 plus clubs. We are a Division III athletics program. And as you could see, the team that we just added was esports, which falls under our athletics program. And we actually won the conference championship for that last year. We have over 22 Division III teams with a lot of success. And so our campus living. So you'll see that on the left is kind of our freshman and sophomore, what a dorm room looks for that. Looks like that. For that, you'll get a bed, a desk, a chair, and a dresser. And something that stands out as well is you do get a vanity mirror and a kitchen in each room, which our kids get excited about, and all of our residence halls do have AC and able to be controlled through your room. Free laundry, there's lounges and kitchens in every building, and there is parking available to freshmen, which a lot of our freshmen like because they are allowed to bring their cars. 77% of our freshmen live on campus, and you do have guaranteed housing for all 4 years. There is off-campus living with apartments right across the street as well. And then on the right, you'll see a picture of our upperclassmen apartments and suite style. Those were recently updated. We have 2 of those. So that's something that our kids definitely really enjoy. And then what you'll see here is the IHM Student Center. This is brand new. It houses a lot of different uses. On the top left, you'll see when you walk in, you'll see places to kind of hang out. If you want to get some work done, if you want to, be with some friends, you can hang out here. On the top right, you'll see is our basement, where you see a pool table, ping pong table, and a gaming center to this top right. And you'll see, like I said, you have an Xbox PS2 with 2 big TVs. And in the bottom middle is the grill on the hill that is open from 2 to about 1 a.m. You get foods like the mac and cheese burger, cheese steaks, chicken fingers, all that good healthy stuff. And then we also have a gym at the top of it as well, near the stair or on top of on top of the pavilion, and you have bikes, aerobics, anything along those lines. We also have classes, spin classes, and fun things like that. And something we're also really excited about is the Parsons Center, the Parsons Science Pavilion coming in this summer. It is going to be the new science building. So all science classes, biology, pre-med, nursing, will all be hosted here. And we have a collaboration, and we also have an anatomage table where you will be able to do virtual reality on potential patience and everything like that, allowing for firsthand experience. I see my time is going down. We are SAT optional. So just submit a high school transcript, 1-letter recommendation, personal essay, rolling admissions, and we are on the Common App as well. Every student gets a $5,000 scholarship at least, ranging to 14.5. And I hope you guys can make it on campus soon. Thank you guys for your time. And I appreciate everyone here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Bryn Mawr College.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. Let me quickly share my screen. Just give me 1 sec. Okay. So, and here with me today, I have a very special guest, Holden. Do you want to introduce yourself while I start sharing my screen?
Sure, why not? Hi, everyone. My name is Holden. I am a current student at Bryn Mawr. I'm a junior. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm from Washington, D.C. I'm in the French dual degree program, and I'm also a tour guide at Bryn Mawr.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, Holden. And hi, everyone. My name is Katarina. I am an admissions counselor at Bryn Mawr, and one of my territories is New Jersey. So I'm very excited, to chat with my fellow New Jersey people. And I also went to Bryn Mawr as well. So Holden and I can talk about this as well. Hold on 1 second. So Bryn Mawr is located in suburban Philadelphia. So in the area, of most of the other colleges that we've been, hearing about today. We are also a women's college and a liberal arts college. There are about 1,400 students who go to Bryn Mawr from 44 states and 46 countries, and the diversity in our student body really makes us unique. So 21% of students on campus identify as international students, 32% of students on campus are students of color, and then 19% are first-generation students. So Holden, I want to put you on the spotlight for our very first slide. Can you talk about your journey to Bryn Mawr and why you decided to attend?
Sure. So a lot of my, family friends went to Bryn Mawr and knew people that went to Bryn Mawr. So I always grew up knowing about Bryn Mawr and about the women's colleges. And then I started to do my own research, did interviews, went to events, did overnights, and I really fell in love with the school. I think the two main reasons why I chose Bryn Mawr, out of many reasons, was one, the community. I think because we are a women's college and the fact that we are pretty small and we have tons of traditions, you really feel like it's a tight-knit bond. You know everyone in your dorm, like your friends' friends. It really feels like a little family. So by the end of your 4 years, you feel like you've made this little world, this little bubble for yourself. And then the other reason was the incredible language programs we have at Bryn Mawr, such as the French dual degree program, which really interested me a lot.
Awesome. No, great. Thank you so much for sharing. I think your experience, really is unique to what it means to be a Bryn Mawr student. Oops, hold on. So in terms of our, different academics and things like that, so we have an 8-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So we are a very small campus. And what I loved about my Bryn Mawr experience was that each of my classroom experiences were very personalized. So some of our popular majors are math, psychology, English, biology, and computer science. And I think the difference in those majors really speaks to being a liberal arts institution as well. So at Bryn Mawr, we also award 2.6 times the national average of degrees awarded to women in STEM. So because STEM is such a male-dominated field, at Bryn Mawr, we really make sure to prioritize those different types of fields in academia to really empower each of the students, in whatever they're studying. We also offer 35 majors and more than 50 minors and concentrations to choose from. So in addition to the traditions, that Holden was talking about, we also have partnerships with other colleges in the area. So we have partnerships with Haverford College, Swarthmore College, and the University of Pennsylvania. We also have about 90 different pre-approved study abroad programs. So typically students will study abroad during their junior year at Bryn Mawr. And we also offer a mini study abroad experience called 360 course clusters, which basically is the epitome of a liberal arts education where you are taking 3 different classes in 3 different subjects, and they all focus on the same theme. And they always include a travel component, and the program and travel component of the 360 experience are entirely funded by Bryn Mawr. We also offer 100 plus different clubs and organizations here, and we also are a Division III sports school team. So we have about 12 different sports, including, basketball, field hockey, lacrosse, soccer, cross country, track and field. You can kind of get, how many sports and different options that we have. So Holden, how have you found community at Bryn Mawr?
I've definitely found community not only through my major, but also extracurriculars that Bryn Mawr offers. I think there's a great balance between academics and extracurriculars and pursuing your own interests. I'm an editor for the Bryn Mawr and Haverford newspaper, so it's like the bi-college newspaper, and I've been doing that since freshman year. And that's been a great experience to get to know more people at Haverford, as well as like, again, like making my own like mini community at Bryn Mawr. We've been meeting every single week on Sunday. We get dinner together and then talk about what we're going to write about for the week. That's a great example of making small communities within the larger community that is Bryn Mawr and Haverford.
Awesome. Great. Thanks. So now I want to talk a little bit more about like Bryn Mawr Beyond campus. So like I was mentioning, in the past few slides, a lot of students, love taking advantage of the different opportunities on campus. But since we are so close to the city of Philadelphia, students are really able to, really give back to the surrounding community. So about 79% of students held an internship during their time at Bryn Mawr, and that can range in terms of like social justice work, volunteering at a specific organization or activist organization, maybe holding an internship at a business company, in Philly. It really just depends on what students are interested in. We also have about $750,000 in summer funding for students. So typically this money is allocated for students who receive unpaid internships, because internships should be paid. So we think that as, students should receive that payment as well for their work. And about 97% of students have a positive career outcome 1 year after graduation. So you really feel like, throughout your time at Bryn Mawr, you are being prepared to succeed, once you graduate. And I'm a recent alum. I graduated in the spring of 2020. So I really felt like the skills that I learned from Bryn Mawr and just the community itself really helps you feel that you can take on the world, especially because we are a women's college. So this is the final slide. I know we've been talking really fast, but I want to make sure that, we get all the information out to all of you. But Holden, to end things off, can you talk about why you chose Bryn Mawr?
I think at the end of the day, I visited a lot of colleges during my process, like probably all of you are doing right now. And a lot of them were beautiful, great, but I felt like a visitor. Whereas when I went to Bryn Mawr and I did an overnight where I stayed overnight in one of the dorms with a host student, I felt like, wow, I can see myself here. I visited some classes and I felt like I was really integrated thanks to the professors and the students. So I really felt like this is a place where I can thrive socially, academically, and it felt like home the minute I walked on. It sounds cheesy, but it really, I felt like I belonged.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, Holden. So thank you everyone for listening to us. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so the next person can present. And we'll drop our email in the chat and whatnot, but thank you.
Thank you so much. This is great. I love hearing both of your perspectives. Last but not least, we have Marymount Manhattan College.
Hi everyone, my name is Patrick Riley and I am from Marymount Manhattan College. I'm an admissions counselor there. I'm also an alum of the college. I graduated in 2020 and I was a double major in psychology and public health. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started. All right, so as I mentioned, I'm from Marymount Manhattan College. This is the front of our building, which is found on East 71st Street and the Upper East Side of the borough of Manhattan in New York City. So here are some quick facts about Marymount. We were founded in 1936, and we were founded originally in Tarrytown, New York, and then we moved to the Upper East Side in the 1960s, where we have been ever since. We are a small liberal arts school, so our population of students is around 1,900. Over to the right, you will see our map. We really like to think of the entire borough of Manhattan as our campus, but you'll see three key highlighted spots. The first up top being the MMC logo, which is home to our academic buildings. We have two buildings. One is Carson Hall and the other is Nugent Hall. So that is where students take their class. If students choose to live on campus, we have two residence halls. Moving down the map, the first being 55th Street, which is where first year students will live, and then moving further down the map in the East Village of Manhattan is Cooper Square, where students can start living their second year at Marymount. We offer 32 majors and 45 minors, which we'll talk about more on the next slide. Our faculty to student ratio is 11 to 1. and our average class size being about 15 students. We really think these numbers are a reflection of those student to faculty relationships that are able to be built from the start, because we are located in New York City. It is unique to find a school that kind of has that intimate of that kind of relationship building. Of course, through your courses, your faculty will get to know who you are fairly quickly. I like to say within your first couple of weeks of class, you'll get to know who you see on campus and who you go to class with. And going to school in New York City, there's always a lot going on, so it's always nice to see a familiar face while you are on campus. So below you'll see the averages of our incoming class, broken down by GPA and SAT scores and ACT scores as well. For next fall, we are SAT and ACT optional, so just keep that in mind when you are applying. We want you to reflect your application to reflect your best. So this is a list of academics that we offer at Marymount Manhattan College. They fall within the categories of fine and performing arts, sciences, business, communication arts, as well as social sciences, humanities. So students get to choose from a wide variety of programs that we offer. I myself was a psychology major, and then I picked up the public health major during my sophomore year. The public health is now offered as a minor. A lot of students will enter in with a particular area they are interested in. They may continue in that area, or they may choose to something else, or they also have the option to add on. A lot of students will either double major in something if they take a course and really enjoy it, or pick up a couple minors or two, kind of whatever falls within their program of study. So in terms of courses, because they are fairly small, you do get to know your faculty fairly quickly. So there's tons of academic opportunities, not only in the courses, but students are able to take part in outside opportunities that professors sponsor, whether that be research or internships. We really want you to be applying what you learned in your classes and taking that out into the field in New York City, which has an unlimited amount of opportunities for whatever you may be interested in. Over on the right, you will see a breakdown of the different elements that would encompass your degree, broken down by up on top, kind of what your degree as a whole would encompass, and then below what the gen eds look like. And I will drop in the chat kind of a list that goes more in depth with all the majors and minors as well. So career services at Marymount Manhattan plays a really active role from the start of a student's academic experience. We are located within our main building, so students are always able to pop by if they want advice on their resume or cover letter writing. They'll help you prepare for interviews you may have, and just help you with general networking tips. Because we are positioned in New York City, there are endless amount of opportunities for students to intern in. The logos behind the slide are just a small sample of all the different places that students have interned. During my own time at Marymount, I got to do 4 different internships. My main interest was developmental psychology, so I got to do an internship at the Child Mind Institute, the Quad Prep School, the Clinton Foundation, and Theater Row. So students really are able to immerse themselves into the field fairly quickly. About 55% of students will do at least one internship. And if a student does do an internship that is at a nonprofit or government agency, they are able to apply for a stipend of up to $1,800 for that duration of their internship, which is really nice. I know another counselor mentioned that unfortunately internships are not always paid for, and they really should be. So that's just the one way that Marymount really emphasizes the importance of internships, is through that stipend. Career Services also hosts an annual summit where they invite national businesses to come in, speak with students. They also hold kind of weekly pop-up events of having a company come and meet with students if they have openings at their company. They arrange other events and outings to major TV shows if a student is interested in the communication arts. So they may go to a TV show. I know most recently they went to the Drew Barrymore show. So students are able to take advantage of all those different opportunities. We offer study abroad. We are a part of a consortia. We also have independent study abroad options that students can choose from, and travel study courses that we offer during the non-traditional semesters. We have over 50 student organizations that students can choose from. They range from all academics as well as different community-based. That's just a brief list of all the different programs that we offer in addition to extracurriculars. How to apply, just briefly, we do have 3 options. The first being early decision, the second early action, decision and regular decision as well. And you can see kind of all the deadlines that are listed here. And I'll also drop this information in the chat as well. Just a quick overview of our academic requirements. We are a Common App school. You can choose to use a Common App or the MMC application. In addition to that, we have the standard essay. We are test optional and require at least one letter of recommendation and require your transcripts. This is some brief overview of our scholarship opportunities. Upon application, students are automatically considered for scholarships, and that can range all the way up to $18,000. I'll also put that link in the chat for some more criteria of kind of what category you may fall into. In addition to that, we also offer competitive and external scholarships to be applied to your tuition. So students, this is in addition to financial aid that you would be receiving from your FAFSA. And just last side, please feel free to reach out in the future if you would like to stay in contact.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you so much to all of our schools for being here tonight. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us today. And thank you to all of our participants viewing tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. We encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Middlesex. That's strivescan.com/Middlesex. Thank you so much and have a great evening, everyone.